Hey, Pastor Kent and Addict here with you. $19.79. Oh, no, 1965. Well, if you don't like that one, because that's a good year. Because that's the year I was born, and in 1995 was the year I got clean. So, yippee-ki-yay! Footwork. We looked yesterday at character defects. Well, today we're going to look at the action toward that. Um, so many times addicts have sought the rewards of hard work without the labor. Tisk, 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 tisk. When we first came to Narcotics Anonymous, some of us wanted everything right away. No, we weren't like that, were we? I want one right now. I know right now. Right now. I don't know. Do you want some cheese with that? Wine of yours? We wanted the security, the cars, the happy relationships, the families, the friends, the closeness of our sponsor, all the things other people had gotten after months and years of working the steps and living life on life's terms. Doesn't that suck doo-doo sometimes? We learn that the hard way that serenity comes only from working the steps. A new car comes from showing up at the job every day and trying to practice those principles in all our affairs, including our employment, health, relationships, come to a result of lots of hard work and a new willingness to communicate. Yeah, well, that one was kind of really rough for me, See, I was raised with the old mentality. A man don't talk about his feelings. You don't talk about your feelings. You never cry. You never whine. You never this. You never that. You just look at that. Just my way. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Rubbish. Friendship with our sponsor comes as a result of reaching out during good times as well as bad. For me, reaching out the good times was easy peasy, easy peasy. The bad times, when I was stuck in the muck and the mire, the old man, the old attitude came out. Me man, hear me roar, 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 I can do this. Phooey. In Narcotics Anonymous, we have heard the path to a better way of life, to reach our destination. However, we must do the footwork. Just for today, I want to be a better life. I will make an inventory of what I want, find out how to get it, talk with my sponsor about it and do what is necessary in the footwork. Today, it's kind of ironic what I wanted to talk about, because so many in Narcotics Anonymous do this same foolish thing. Oh, I'm healed now. I can get into a relationship. No, no, God, no, don't do that to yourself. You really don't want to do that. Speaking from a man from 2 failed marriages, you don't want to do that. So, there is a list of abuses, and some are harder to get a hold of than others. Some are easier to deal with. Physical abuse, for one, is an international and unwanted conduct with someone or something close to you and your body comes to sometimes aggressive behavior, does not cause pain or even leave a bruise, but it's still unhealthy. The stats are, in the States, it's 40 to 50% of abuse cases are not reported to the police. In Canada, it's almost 80%. It's like 67%. So it's high. Some examples of physical abuse is scratching, pinching, biting, strangling or kicking, throwing something, pulling hair, pushing or pulling you, grabbing your clothing, using a knife in a threatening manner, smacking your bottom without your permission or conscience, forcing you to have sex and perform sexual acts that you're not comfortable with, grabbing your face and making you look at them. Are you hearing me? Do you hear what I'm saying, bitch? Do you understand what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Escaping physical abuse is hard. It's extremely hard. First thing you have to know is that you're not alone. And my number is on this, and you don't have to be alone. Um, you don't have to be alone. You know, well, protecting yourself from physical abuse. As a woman, it's hard, you know, to overpower a man unless you have training. As for a man, all I used to be able to do was put my hands up and let her beat on me. You know, um, doesn't make it any easier. You know, it doesn't. If you're going through emotional, verbal, sexual abuse, financial abuse, digital abuse, or interact, or sorry, online, you know, stalking is horrible. You know, I've been through it. You know, I know what it's like. You know, my number's all over this page. Um, you can find help here. Um, you don't need to be alone. We can help you get out. You know, you know, we can help you find that way out, that hope when we feel there's none. You know, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like there's anybody there that cares, but there is. Always remember, I've gone through physical, emotional, psychological abuse. So I know that pain and suffering, you know, I know what that's like, you know. It's hard, it's rough, it's horrible. When you're in it, you think there's no help, no one cares, you know. Um, but there is. There is. Please don't face this alone, you know, because it's a horrible thing to face alone. Well, it's horrible. I remember when I was going through it, it was rough, you know. I thought no one cared. No one understands. No. It's rough. You know, it's extremely rough. It's a tough subject for me because you know, it really is. It really is. So it's hard to talk about when, you know, you've lived through it, you know, and you know that pain. It's rough. And you're going to need help when you get out to deal with the emotional. You know, so when you want out, there's a way you can find it. You know, there's help out there for, you know, unwed mothers and um, those caught in a trap of not knowing what to do. There's counseling out there. And there's so much more than, you know, what you think. You don't have to face this alone. Addiction is hard enough, but to um, you know, it's hard enough. You know, we all have issues and problems, but I assure you, you know, it does get easier. If you need help, please Don't be afraid to call me, because that's what I'm here for. May God bless and keep you.